Hello students, welcome back to English class. Hope you have gone through the animation that was presented yesterday. And today let us learn this lesson, let us discuss this lesson in a very detailed way. Students, storytelling goes back to ancient times, long before writing was invented. But where do these stories come from? The origin of the stories. Different cultures explain the origin of stories differently. And this popular folk tale from Africa describes how a woman found stories for her children. So let's go through this. How a woman found stories for her children. And mother, tell us a story. The children, they asked their mother to tell them some stories at night. Manja couldn't tell anything because she doesn't know any stories. So she did not tell any stories. Then not even her, nobody in her village they could tell stories. These story-seeking children lived in Zululand in Africa. Here it is. People there hunted for meat or tilled the land in the village. Sometimes they fished or caught crabs. And the villagers who were clever with their hands wove baskets and wooden carvings. So the villagers, they used to depend completely on fishing for food. And for living they used to carve all these wooden baskets and all this. They were very clever, skillful at doing these carvings. And the cleverest of them was Gingerly, that is Manja's husband. But he was very good at his hands, that is he was very skillful at doing all these carvings, but he doesn't know any stories. He was very skillful, but he did not know any stories. He used to carve the flowers, animals, plants and everything, but he did not know any stories. Then one day Gingerly told Manja, go look for stories. Manja, you go out, you look for the stories. I'll take care of our children and our home. He promised her that he will take care of her children and also home. And he asked her to go in search of stories. So Manja, she thought it was really a good idea and she packed some food in a basket and then she went out. She went out in search of the stories. And on her way, she came across a hare and then she looked at the hare and she thought the hare is really very tricky. So she said, the hare is very tricky. So I need to talk to her in a very nice manner. And she told, oh, clever hare, do you know any stories? My children want to hear stories every evening. She asked the hare in a very polite manner, praisingly. She called, oh, clever hare, do you know any stories? My children, they wanted stories every evening. Then the hare, what did it reply? Stories. I know millions. It did not tell I don't know any stories. It told I know millions, but I have more important things to do. So now I can't tell you any stories. I am very busy. So then Manja, she felt, yes, telling so, she bounded off. Bounded off means here, she ran off with leaping strides. You know how the hare, it runs with leaping strides, jumping, it ran away. Then Manja, she thought, yes, this hare was a real trickster. That means playing tricks, one who is very good at playing tricks. So the hare was a real trickster, it felt, and disappointed, she moved on to her way. And then she found a baboon, Feni the baboon. And then Manja asked Feni. What did she ask? Feni, do you tell your kids stories? She saw that Feni the baboon spending most of the time with her children and feeding them all this. So she asked, "Do you tell any stories to your children?" Then what did Finny the baboon tell? "What are stories? I am busy keeping babies fed and warm. I have no time for anything else. So I don't have time for anything else," it told. So Manja was disappointed again. It felt baboon also. It did not know any stories. Now where shall I go? But she was not discouraged. She started moving again. And then where did she go? She found an owl. It was sleeping. And then Manja, she asked, "Oh owl, do you have any stories for me to take home?" And then Manja asked the owl, "Do you have any stories to take home?" Then what did the owl tell? It woke up suddenly and it was upset because Manja disturbed her sleep. So it was upset and hooted at Manja, cried, shouted, "You woke me up for stories? You humans cannot live in peace and are always looking for something." So it hooted, shouted at Manja, "You woke me up for just stories? And you humans cannot live in peace at all? You want something or the other. You will be in search of something or the other." It said, and again it nodded off. Nodded off means it slept again. And now Manja was deeply hurt, but she was not discouraged. She went on her way and then she found a very big elephant flapping its ears and eating some bananas. So flapping means the ears, they are flapping, they are moving. Look at this picture, children, how the elephant's ears are flapping. Okay, and it was eating bananas. And this Manja asked, "Kind elephant, do you know any stories? My children are hungry for some tales. Where can I look for them?" So then Manja asked elephant, "Do you know any stories? My children are very much hungry for stories. They want more and more stories. So can I look for them? Where can I look for them, all these stories?" Then the elephant, it replied, "I don't know any stories, but the king of the birds, the eagle." Who is the king of the birds? Eagle. Eagle flies high in the sky. It flies high in the sky. So it can see many things others do. So what all the others doing, the eagle can see many things because it flies high in the sky. So it can tell you many stories. Then what did Manja tell? Then, "That's a great idea. Thank you." So Manja thanked the elephant. "Yeah, at least you don't know the stories, but at least you have showed me one way. I found a way. I found somebody to ask for stories. Thank you for that." And then Manja moved on and found the eagle, and in a flatteringly, that means praisingly, because if we praise somebody, they will be boasted up with that, and with lots and lots of happiness they try to tell so many things. So Manja, she knows the trick. So what did she ask? What did she tell? "Oh great eagle." What did she tell? "Oh great eagle." Then hearing that eagle, it was startled, puzzled at once, and that fish catching eagle dropped the fish what all it caught and landed on a stone in front of Manja. And very much feeling proud, it told Manja, it responded to Manja, "What do you want? You are praising me so much." "Yeah, what do you want?" she asked. "What can I do for you? What do you want?" The eagle, it asked. And then Manja told, "My children are hungry for stories, but we have none." My children, they are very much hungry for stories, but we have none. We don't have any stories. "Do you know any stories?" Manja asked. And then, well, I am wise, but I only know things on earth. Okay, I am wise. I know many things, but I know things on earth only. What all the things happening on the earth, I know. There is one who knows the secrets of the deep, dark ocean. Perhaps he could help you. I will try and call him for you. Stay here and wait for me. So he told that eagle, it told, I know only the things that happen on this earth, but I have a friend. I have somebody who knows what all happens in the deep, dark ocean also. So I will call that fellow and maybe he will help you. He told, I will try. You wait here for some time. And the eagle, it left off. And then what happened? The eagle came back. Here I am, the eagle called. I have brought my friend, and he will take you into the deep, dark ocean. He agreed to that. So, will you go? Will you go with him, along with him? Then Manja felt very happy, and then the great sea turtle, whom did the eagle bring? The great sea turtle. So the eagle, it brought that, and the turtle, it agreed. Then Manja very happily, it climbed on to the sea turtle's back and held strongly the sea turtle's shell. And then the sea turtle took Manja into the depths of the ocean. That is the land of spirit people. Spirit people means they are like demigods. They have some powers. So it took him to the spirit people, the land of the spirit people. Manja landed over there, and Manja was very much amazing looking at the beautiful things around in the sea. And they were not like the things on the earth. They were fishes, emeralds, corals, everything, and diamonds, everything. So at the bottom of the sea, and that is the dwelling place of the spirit people. Dwelling place means living place of these spirit people. The king and the queen, they were sitting on magnificent thrones. On magnificent thrones they were sitting, and their faces shone with such a light. Their faces, they were shining with such a light. And Manja, she couldn't look at their faces because that shining, it is getting reflected into her eyes, and she couldn't look at these people. She felt a little shy because they are strangers. She felt a little shy and also afraid. She was scared because that was completely an unknown place for her. But she just bowed in front of them, and then they asked, these are the spirit people, and then, what do you want, woman from the dry lands? So the spirit people asked, who is the woman from dry lands? Yes, Manja is the woman from dry lands. So these spirit people, they belong to the ocean. They are the king and the queen of this ocean. Wetlands, you can not wetlands, it was completely, they are immersed in that water. Okay, so they asked, what do you want, woman from dry lands? They asked. Then Manja, very kindly they asked, then Manja, do you have any stories that I could take home? Manja asked very shyly, do you have stories that I could take home? She asked. Then what did the spirit people they tell? We have many stories, but what will you give us in exchange, Manja? So they asked, we have many stories, but we cannot give them simply, no, because you are the human, you have come, we have seen you for the first time. So what will you give us in return if we give you stories? They asked. And then Manja, she told, what do you like? What do you like? You please tell. I will try if I can bring. Then what did the spirit people they tell? We would like a picture of your home and your people. It would be nice to see that place because we can't go there. Can you bring us a picture, Manja? So they asked. What did they ask? We want a picture of you, of your people. and your home, because we did not see anywhere and we cannot come there also. So we want a picture of that. Can you bring them? Can you bring them for us? Then what did Manja tell? Okay, sure, I will bring. I can do that. My husband carves beautiful pictures. He will carve a lovely one for you. So she told, yes, I can bring, because my husband, he carves beautiful pictures. So he will carve a lovely one for you. It's not a big thing for my husband. Surely I'll bring that for you. And then what happened? Then she went back. She went back again on the sea turtle to her home. She went back again, and then what happened? There she asked her husband. I went there, and they asked a picture of our home and people. Then her husband, he carved nice pictures of the forest, animals, people and everything, and wrapped it in a cover or in a piece of cloth and tied to Manja's back. And Manja again, she went. She told the sea turtle, full moon day again you come, I will come back here and let us go there. So the turtle agreed, and Manja took back that carving, and what did she do? She brought it to the ocean, and the sea turtle came again. So Manja went deep into the ocean, and then she gave that gift to the king of the sea, the king and queen of the ocean, and they felt very happy. And then what did they do? They gave stories. For you and your people, we give the gift of stories. Hold this shell to your ear to hear a tale. So, what did they tell? Yes, we give the gift of stories to you and your people. And they gave one shell. So, hold it near your ear so that whenever you want stories, you can listen to them and tell the stories to your people. Such a nice thing, no children? So, what happened? Manja took all that, and then Manja, she gave that, she took home that shell, and there all the people gathered and they clamored. Clamored means they, in a shouting way, all of them, they came and they demanded, Mother, tell us a story. Mother, tell us a story. And then Manja put that shell near her ear and started telling the stories. And she started, once upon a time. And that is how the stories came to be. That is the beginning of the stories. How stories have come means like this. So Manja started telling all these stories. Very nice, no children? The origin of the stories, African stories. Yes, the origin of stories. That is how stories have come. This is a folk tale. Okay. So, after this, I'll give you the new words. And once again, you go through the story first of all. And then we can write down the notes. Okay. Thank you for now. Meet you in the next class.